You are now watching D Hill TV. Hey y'all, so here's the makeup tutorial that I got frustrated with that I decided to go ahead and upload. Missing a little bit of the footage at the end, but you guys will definitely get the point. It's just a New Year's Eve inspirational look. I use Milk of Magnesia on my face because I have very oily skin, helps my skin stay matte for a long time. And the music we're listening to is by my boy Vandale Andrew. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Starting with the brows, let's go. This is how we frame our face, guys. Make sure that when you do your brows, you're not trying to make your brows look like twins, but you're making them look like very close cousins, relatives. Keeping the brows within the family. And I'm using a dark brown eyeshadow. I think that I'm too heavy-handed to use a makeup pencil. I actually started using eyeshadow one day just because I was running late and I could not find an eyebrow pen or pencil. So I decided just to go with it, and it worked, and I've been doing it ever since. So make sure that when you guys do your brows, like I said, that they just look like close cousins, not twins. But make sure you blend out the front of your brows. You should not have any harsh lines at the front of your brows at all. No harsh lines. 2019, y'all, don't make me get, lick my thumb and start taking away those harsh lines from your brows. Now what I'm doing is I am concealing my brows. Go under your brows, just kind of like you're tracing them. And then after that, you take the remainder of the concealer product and you drag it down. You're also going to use that concealer as a primer for your eyeshadow. I promise y'all, I love listening to Vandale's music. It just mellows me out. Makes the whole situation less stressful. Then I'm taking my fingers and I'm blending the product out. You guys are going to see a lot in this tutorial. I love using my fingers when I do my makeup. So now I'm taking some setting powder and I am setting my concealer. It's going to help my eyeshadow just blend better. And I'm going in with my first eyeshadow, and this is from a Morphe palette. It's just a brown. They don't have colors, y'all. They don't have names on the colors, but I just use a brown that's closest to your skin tone. It's a transition color. This will also help with the blending of your colors. So you always want to start off with a transition color, a color that is closest to your skin tone. So now I'm going in with my first color, which is like a darker fuchsia. It's not a purple, but it's still in the pink family. And if I sound a little raspy, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm still getting over a little cold. But I'm healed in the name of Jesus. Just going through the process. And all I'm doing here is blending that color out. Blend, y'all. So now what I'm doing is just making sure that I have the color payout that I want. I'm gonna go in with a purple now. And this is like a plum purple. And so now I'm gonna create the crease. So I don't know if you guys know, but I have hooded eyes. Not sure if I mentioned that earlier. But if I did, just act like you're hearing it again for the first time. So because I have hooded eyes, creating cut creases are pretty difficult, for me at least, you know. I'm pretty much a natural makeup wearer. I like to just use a few colors on my eyes and go about my business, but because this is a New Year's inspired look, I decided to, you know, try to show out a little bit. But you'll start to see what I mean by hooded eyes soon. You'll see a layer of skin that kind of just hangs over a little bit. So after I put that plum purple over there, now I'm just blending the colors in. So just a rule of thumb, when you start doing your makeup, you add one color, you blend. Add another color, you blend. Add the next color, you blend. So now I'm cutting the crease using some concealer. And as you can see how I'm going over the little overlaps of my skin because of my hooded eyes. And I'm just kind of using a light hand, tracing over that with the brush. And then after that, once I create that guideline, then I'm just pulling the product down. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, is that this video is sped up, guys. So take your time. Don't try to keep up with the video. If you need to play, pause the video, catch up, do whatever you need to do. But yeah, just take your time with it. Now, one of my eyelids are more hooded than the other, so I always have a difficult time with this eye I'm working on, this eyelid I'm working on, but I kind of even mess up a little bit, but I'll go back later and fix it. It's all good. So the next thing I'm gonna do is use this rose gold that's in this palette. In the description bar, I'm gonna put the names of the Morphe palettes. They have numbers and letters. That's how they name their palettes. But I'm gonna put the names, and it's gonna be palette 1, which is gonna be the neutral palette, and then palette 2, which is gonna be the palette that has the purples and the rose golds and the other golds in that palette. And you can go to morphecosmetics.com to find these palettes. They're very reasonable. I love the color payout with Morphe. So that's why I kind of stick with them. I have a lot of other palettes, but I use Morphe palettes a lot. So this is the rose gold. I love rose gold. I kind of love pinks and purples, guys. Those are really like my favorite colors. And golds and rose golds, those are my, I guess you could say, I guess they're my favorite too. You know, I don't know. I just like them a lot. So now I'm going in with a darker purple. And this is in the second palette also. And I'm going in with my crease. And if you can imagine like an alligator mouth, that's all I'm doing. I'm creating an alligator mouth. I'm not taking this color all the way within the corner of my eye like I did the last purple. I'm just leaving that color right where it needs to be. Again, using my little alligator mouth method. Now I'm cleaning up any fallout under my eye. Make sure you guys do that before you put your foundation on, because that will determine the color of your foundation. And I've added my primer on. Now I'm adding my foundation color on. Excuse me, guys. And I don't usually use sponges to apply my foundation. I actually usually use my hands, and then I'll go in with a brush to blend out the foundation. Sponges and using your brushes, this is just my opinion. I believe it takes more of the product than it does putting the product on your face. And if I pay for foundation, I want that stuff on my face, not in my brushes. I mean, of course, it's going to end up in your brushes. I'm just saying I want the majority of my coin on my face, not in my brushes. I don't know. I guess I probably was trying to show out for this tutorial. I clean my brushes majority of the time and get mad because the majority of my money is in the brush. It need to be on my face. That's what I paid for. So now I'm using a setting powder, just setting my face. And that's also a rule of thumb, guys. You know, you put on product, you set it. And I'm speaking of foundation. So now I'm using Tarts Shape Tape in the color Sand Tan for my highlight. And I'm using my fingers to blend that in. With Tarte, I'm going to tell you guys that their products, especially their concealers, they dry very quick. So you want to go ahead and right after you put the product on, don't wait. You want to go ahead and start blending that product out right away. And like I said before, I love using my fingers, so you guys will see that a lot within my tutorials. So now I'm using my sponge to blend out the ends of that, and then I'll go in with some setting powder, and then I'll go in with a brush, makeup brush. So now I'm just setting my under eye. Now, to be honest with you, I don't usually use a lot of setting powder for my under eye, but I did this on purpose because when I am going out for a long period of time, so if you're going out for New Year's Eve, you're going to be out for a long period of time, and I set my face, my under eye, like a lot. I use a lot of setting powder. Or let me say this, I use more than I usually use, okay? So don't just go in with a heavy hand, but you know, you want to go in and make sure you set your face pretty well, especially if you're gonna have makeup on for a lot of hours. And now I'm going in with I'm gonna say this brown is not my skin tone, just one shade lighter than my skin tone. I really don't like my nose contour to show. A lot of people like for those lines to show on their nose. I'm not a fan of that. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just not my thing. So now I'm using a bronzer to kind of blend out my contour. And now I'm gonna line my eyes, and I like using a liquid liner. I used to use creams because that was my safe place. Until I got a little better with the liquid liners, because liquid liners, I'm telling y'all got a one shot at that. I tell my clients anytime I get ready to do their eyeliner, I say, hey, now be still. We got one shot at this. We didn't work so hard, we don't want to mess up. So now, that's the end of the tutorial, guys. This is where I messed up and lost my footage. But this was the final look. I end up using a blush tone lipstick, also by Morphe. Have that information in the description box. And I used the liquid liner, gave myself a little bitty mole in the corner of my lip. My mom has one, so I kind of always use that as, I guess, like a dedication to her. Because I love my mom. And that's my New Year's inspired look. Y'all make sure y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my social media sites. D-Hill TV for my inspirational talks and inspirational posts, and Makeup by D-Hill for my makeup posts. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. Love y'all.